There are some real themes that are coming through on outsourcing transactions, and in particular is a rise in cloud-based infrastructure. Cloud brings its own unique problems to outsourcing transactions, particularly because what you're doing is you're uncoupling data and technology from the physical locations in which they reside to somewhere else, and that always gives rise to particular concerns. Businesses that are specifically regulated, for example financial services sector businesses, like to keep track of where their assets are, and these could be informational based assets or technology based assets. And putting things in the cloud means that that element of control is withdrawn. It's kind of more at arm's length. There are always drivers around cost and commoditization and making deals simpler to understand and easier to enforce. And I think, given our deep domain know-how, we're quite expert in crafting that kind of deal. But there is a particular trend that's coming up in the industry, which is in relation to what's known as outcome-based agreements. So that's agreements which are focused on a particular outcome, so the client gets what they want at the end of the day, rather than focusing minutely on lots of outputs. So in that situation, a traditional outsourcing deal would be lots and lots of little outputs, and clients very often would fail to see the wood for the trees, because there are so many issues that can be micromanaged in outsourcing. It's very easy to lose sight of the strategic objective, whereas with an outcome-based agreement, you've got a very simple destination that the client and result that the client's heading to. It means that we have to strategically manage the risks as between the supplier and the customer and make certain that those deals are balanced. So if we're advising a supplier, for example, it means that we can we're more than qualified to help that supplier to understand what is a realistic objective for an outsourcing and what isn't. Well, really the biggest opportunities for OC and outsourcing over the next year are to exploit these trends that we've been discussing in the industry, and specifically to take advantage of the increased trend in outcome-based contracting to fill a void in the industry which is not being adequately filled by other legal providers. We can apply our deep sector knowledge and domain experience to actually put in place effective agreements that customers can understand and use on a day-to-day basis. That's our key specialty, or our differentiator in the market, and that is that we can service a wide variety of sectors. In fact, we've got one of the widest coverages of experts in the industry, with people that can actually work in retail, defence, transportation, financial services, banking, insurance. So no, we're not going to be sector specific or industry specific. We've got experts that can cover it all. Deals can be cross-border in nature, but they can also be based in local geographies, and we're best placed to exploit both of those characteristics. We've got local experience in all the geographies, and we've got lawyers that are practiced in working together across all of our European and international network. Clients get the best of both worlds.